Okay, now let's proceed on how to make a questionnaire. Okay, so ito na yung gagawin ninyo. Right after the chapter 4, kasi kailangan itong questionnaire ninyo sa chapter 4 ninyo, sa validation and reliability. Okay, so you have to also make the questionnaire right away, the chapter 4. Okay, so now, isasahin natin ito nialaman ng chapter 4 ninyo, kung ano ba ang dapat ilagay dito sa questionnaire ninyo. Okay, so again, proceed above. The first one is the name. Here ito ay optional. Okay, hindi naman kailangan na ilagay yung pangalan nila. Okay, to keep the anonymity and confidentiality. Next paragraph, the questionnaire is intended for the conduct of the study entitled. Just fill in the blanks. Ano ba yung title ng inyong research? Okay, and then results will be used for research purposes only and confidentiality is rest assured. Yan yung ating ethical consideration, di ba? And then instruction number 1, choose your answer by shading one in the multiple choices. Okay, demographic profile of the respondents. What is your grade level? Okay, so depende, once again, ang demographic profile ninyo, you're going to base it sa inyong statement of the problem number 1. Okay, what is your demographic profile? Depende, again, kung ano yung inyong demographic profile. Pwedeng wala lang grade level kung specifically grade 11 ang pinili ninyo. Pwedeng wala na ring strand kung talagang ABM lang ang inyong pipiliin. Okay, pwede rin namang walang age kapag specific lang talaga sa senior high school na usually alam natin na ang age group niyan 17 or 18 lang. Okay, so wag kayong magtatanong sa demographic profile na wala sa inyong statement of the problem. Okay, so that is one of the rules. Okay, because this is the problem, yung SOP nyo kaya statement of the problem, yun lang yung ating kukuhanan ng solusyon. Wala na kayong idadagdag pang iba o itatanong pang iba, kundi kung ano lang ang nakalagay sa inyong demographic profile. Yun lang yung mga essentials. Okay, so kung grade level and age lang ang nakalagay sa SOP, huwag nang ilagay yung iba pang mga kailangan. Bawa location, salary, awards and achievement. Depende yan again kung ano yung inyong study. Okay, so at kung sino ang inyong respondents. Okay, now let's proceed sa independent variable 1. This is your IV1. Kagaya ng sabi dun sa inyong researcher made questionnaire, research instrument. Okay, so etong 4, 3, 2, 1 is changeable. Okay, depende yan sa inyong again sa chapter 4 ninyo, sa inyong numerical scale verbal description. So don't forget to change this one. Okay, kung yan ay extent ang inyong study, challenges, yung mga yan, mga obstacles, mga ganyan. So or importance, very important, highly important, lowly important, very low important. So depende. So ito rin nababago yan, babaguhin nyo ito. Depende sa inyong verbal description. Kung always, often, sometimes, never. So again, use our common sense. Kung kapag tinanong mo ba yung respondent ninyo, kailangan answerable yan ng inyong always, open, sometimes, never. Okay? For example, I am studying late at night. Okay? So, wag nyo munang ilalagay sa inyong tanong yung always. Let them answer it. Okay? So, wag nyo silang pangunahan. Okay? So, I am studying late at night. Is it always, often, sometimes, or never? Okay? So, hindi ganun. Okay? I am good at mathematics. Okay? So, always, often, sometimes, or never. Depende again yan. So, I struggle a lot with again, kung positive ang inyong tanong, every question should be indicated positive, in positive terms. Okay, kung negative yan, yung may not, struggling, so yun yung ilalagay ninyo, puro negative naman. So kung dapat consistent, kung positive yan, positive, kung negative yan, negative. Okay, so ilalagay nyo lang yung tanong nyo dito, yung mga questionnaire nyo dito. Okay, so let's have an example here, yung kanina sa validation. For example, ito. Ayan. So, always, often, sometimes, never. Ang items ninyo should be in first person pronoun. Okay? I, me, myself, and I. So, make it personal and make it simple as possible. Wag na kayong gagamit ng mga highfalutin words, mga vocabulary, mga words sa kailangan pa ng dictionary. Okay, so make it as simple as possible. Bakit? Kasi ang goal kasi natin, maunawaan ng mga students or ng respondents ninyo agad-agad yung inyong questionnaire. Okay? So, straightforward, simple sentence, wala lang mo mga because or reasons, make it as plain as possible, okay? Para madali nilang maunawaan. For example, I volunteer whenever my teacher asks questions. I am confident in reciting my answers. I am always attentive to recitation. I answer the question correctly. I submit my activities on time, okay? So, depende yan. Kung ano ko ay academic performance, yan. Depende sa academic performance ninyo. Kung ano yung sub-variable ninyo. Okay? So, yun ang ilalagay nyo dito. Okay? And then, of course, pagdating nga sa inyong mga respondents, mga validators, check nila yan. Okay? Retain, remove, revise, ang pwede nilang gawin dyan. Sometimes, I'm confident in reciting my answer. So, para hindi masyadong mahaba, yung iba, pinapaigsi. Suggestion niya, lagay mo na lang, I'm eager to recite. Okay? So, ito, halimbawa ito, tanggalin mo ito. Kaya siya mayroong suggestion, revise, kasi nga, yung always dito ay sasagutin ka pa sa questionnaire. So, huwag niyo muna silang bakunahan. I am focused whenever my teacher calls me to recite. Okay? So, make your questionnaire as simple as possible. At please refer to your tawag doon yung mga RRL saka RRS sa paggawa ng mga ng questionnaire. Okay? So, you can also refer to our examples, yung mga published na mga research para meron kayong mga basis or paggagayahan paano ba ito ginawa. Okay? So, make it as simple as possible. And of course, kung ano yung sub-variable ninyo, ayan, halimbawa, independent variable 1, indicate niyo dito sa taas, palitan niyo to. Okay? Ano yung sub-variable 1? In terms of, yan, same din yan. So, each sub-variable ay meron siyang 5 item questions. Okay? So, yan, hanggang C. So, dahil na-require ko kayo at least 3. Okay? Kasi kapag konti ng tanong, pagbaba rin ng chance na magkaroon ng relationship. Kasi konti lang yung data, konti lang yung basis. Kaya, at least, ang ginawa ko sa recent batch ay at least tigli 5 item question with 3 sub-variable for each variable. Okay? So, this is the IB pa lang. Okay? Encircle the corresponds to your answer. Ayan, ito. Encircle nyo lang dito. Okay, so pagdating naman sa baba, meron tayong variable 2, which is ito yung inyong dependent variable. Okay, of course, independent variable ninyo ay meron din siyang 3 sub-variable. Same lang din dito, include nyo lang dyan yung items ninyo. And make sure, of course, kung ano yung inyong sub-variable, relate the items here. Okay? So, i-relate nyo siya. Okay? So, ayun lang naman yan. Okay, now, let's have this an example. Okay? So, ito yung previous batch na research title nila is The Importance of Using Education Technology Tool in the Written Output of Senior High School Students in Bansun Institute. Okay? So, kanilang profile is demographic profile in terms of grade level. So, ang tanong nila dyan, so, ayan, what is your age? Pili lang dyan. Bilog lang, bilog. Okay? And then, yan, nakiting tayo sa IVDB. Okay? So, dito nakalagay, first, accessibility of learning. Okay? Kanilang independent variable is education technology in terms of accessibility of learning. So, when we talk about accessibility, paano sila nakaka-access ng pagkatuto nila, alright? So, how do they easily get information using educational technology? Like yung kanilang in-indicate kanina, ano ba yung madalas silang gamitin? ChatGPT, Killbot, and Liner. Okay? So, here, ayan, I can easily acquire information and services through educational technology tools like ChatGPT, Liner, and Killbot. So, lagi ba sila madaling maka-access, always, often, and sometimes and never? I have access to education tools that makes it easier for me to find information. So anything that I can develop new ideas like other through education tools. I have flexible access. I can turn my thoughts into words with the help of education technology. So anything with regards about accessibility, which is pwede nyong balikan yung inyong RL sa RRS kasi doon naman talaga dapat kayo kumuha ng mga idea para maging para ma-personalize nyo siya at ma-form nyo siya into a questionnaire. Okay? So, dun kukuha ng idea. So, personalization of learning, basically, paano mo ma-personalize yung ideas mo. Okay? So, relate din yan. Okay, sabi dito I can receive personal ideas, recommendation, learning. I can choose different types of educational technology. So, meron siyang laya. I can choose what learning materials. I can easily find information topics based on my interests. Okay, kaya nga pinapersonalize mo siya. Okay, based on your interests. And you can also customize learning content. Okay, so makikita nyo naman yan yung mga ito sa kanilang RRL. Okay, gagawin nyo lang siya talagang personalized sentence, first person sentence. Okay, so task management and then written output. Pagdating naman sa written output sa kanilang dependent variable, ganun din. Okay, so ang unang nilang written output is narrative report. So anything na ginagawa nila sa narrative report. Okay, so use technology tools in helping organizing my thoughts, checking my grammar and spelling, and so on and so forth. Okay, confident to use in my narrative reports, research paper, action paper, and so on and so forth. So, ganun lang naman. So, hopefully, kadali gumawa ng questionnaire. So, yes, you do your questionnaire, and then before niya siya, pwede nyo munang, I can do check once in a while, pero I guess later on ko na siyang i-check pag na-validate na siya para mas ayos na, okay? But you try first doing your questionnaire. I'm going to provide you these blanks and then start doing your questionnaire together with your chapter 4. So, yun lang naman. If you have a personal question, please don't hesitate to ask me personally or via chat sa ating group chat. Okay? So, yun lang. Thank you very much for listening.